좀 사람 시기워질 too clean with the drip 난 좀 배로 그러면 난 전부 about it go no respect on my name 우리는 빛부터 달라 I don't play no games
나 주저하지 않아 no bring the lows 말이 너무 많아 우리 실력으로 증명해 전부 백관도 noise
뒤에서만 떠들어 감당 못해 절대 넌
Man I keep it slick 그태도가 날 설명해 그저 앞만 보고 달려 피할 곳 없어 그냥 부딪혀
뒤에서 씹어대는 게 너희들 듣기 발이 떨려 그럼 언제든지 call me 준비됐다 준비됐어 지금부터 알려줄게 수없이 전에 attitude We got the attitude 숨길 게 없어 그대로 봐 All attitude 내 방식대로 쓸어 담아 전부 안 되면 그냥 갖다 박아 한 대 말고 knockdown game over 우리 따라오라면 바꿔야 할걸 attitude 난 22세기 범상치 않은 Korean Nine on the scene You'll be watching how I do it When I pull up on the street Stay flexing when you care They be getting on the knees Bowing down to make it fair like
느낌 자체가 달라 Check my free, check my grip, check my wrist day 내 태도는 ice cold 감당 못해 feeling 지친 내 all day Man I keep it slick 그태도가 날 설명해 그저 앞만 보고 달려 피할 곳 없어 그냥 부딪혀
뒤에서 씹어대는 게 너희들 듣기 발이 떨려 그럼 언제든지 call me 준비됐다 준비됐어 지금부터 알려줄게 수없이 전에 attitude We got the attitude 숨길 게 없어 그대로 봐 All attitude 내 방식대로 쓸어 담아 전부 안 되면 그냥 갖다 박아 한 대 말고 knockdown game over 우리 따라오라면 바꿔야 할걸 attitude
손을 뻗어 reach for the right yeah yeah
Feel the rise jump to the sky 우리 빛나던 높이 fly
목소리를 높여 sing it right tonight
준비됐다 준비됐어 지금부터 알려줄게 수없이 전에 attitude We got that attitude We got that attitude 숨길 게 없어 그대로 봐 Our attitude 내 방식대로 쓸어 담아 전부 안 되면 그냥 갖다 박아 한 대 말고 knockdown game over 우리 따라오라면 바꿔야 할걸 attitude
Good evening, people of the realm, people of the world, hello. We're back, we're flying on down into the Minecraft realm. And hello, here we are, welcome back. Woo, welcome back. Welcome back to the Vanilla Survival Bedrock Edition realm. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Willowake, of course. And we're just hanging out. We're just hanging out on this beautiful Tuesday. We're standing again on top of the ship, as we often do. Because of course we are. I don't want to record a new intro clip. That's the one I want to keep using for a while. Eventually I will. But here we are. Welcome back. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope you're having a lovely Tuesday. I hope you're having a lovely Tuesday evening or whatever time it may be for you. And here we are. And we can chill out the vibes a little bit now. Now that we're here. There's a lot of exciting stuff going on. Mojang came out of nowhere today and announced that they're adding the copper golem. After all, it's crazy. And does my audio sound weird? Did they do this thing again? No, it's okay. Hopefully it's okay. Let me know if anything sounds off or bad or weird or terrible or anything along those lines. But anyway, here we are. Yeah, Mojang came out of nowhere today, at least from my perspective, and announced that they're adding the copper golem. After all, the copper golem, which was mob vote, like, what? I don't know, a couple years ago? It lost to the LA, I want to say. But they're adding it anyway, because clearly the community wants it. So that's amazing. I'm super excited about that. We're going to talk about that. We're going to dive in to that a little bit because we've got the Minecraft preview to play with. They announced it and then they launched it in the preview same day, which is so exciting. Really, really cool. But before we get into all of that, welcome back to the realm. Welcome back to the Vanilla Survival Bedrock Edition realm. This is the Industrial District, of course. You may have seen the short that went out today where from a couple streams ago, we talked about this little area right here where we can stand and watch our kelp fling out of the pipe. And when we've had enough of that, we can head right on back into the industrial area. Lots to be done here. So much to be done here. So much to be done. But we're chipping away. We're chipping away at it. I've been grinding it out here. And by grinding it out, I mean standing here, AFK. But getting a lot of bone blocks. And I did make one change to the Moss Farm bone block situation, which is now, you may recall in previous streams, I had this little mechanism right here, which is a kind of janky on-off switch for piping the bone blocks back into the system. But now we don't need that because now I moved it to the back. So now, like, when we're in here, we've got bone blocks filling up all of these chests all the way up here. Once this chest is fully full, then, and only then, it'll trigger this system right here, which will unlock the hopper underneath the bone blocks and start sending the overflow bone blocks back into the system. So once we're at full capacity, this thing is going to be just chugging along. Bone blocks feeding in the system, into the kelp farm, kelp into the super smelter, dried kelp back into the super smelter as fuel. And yes, we're working on our brick supply. I finally broke down and went and mined some red sand. I shoveled some red sand, and I was really sad to not have an LA while I was doing it, if I'm being honest, because I'm so spoiled now. I have LAs that I use to shovel sand, and I did not have them for my red sand, so I may have to bring one or two if I go back to get more of that. But I needed the red sand for these tiny little details right here. Stupid little tiny details right here. Because I like the way that looks. The smooth red sandstone stairs on the tops of these pillars. just for a little bit of visual interest, right? Like it's to keep these columns from totally blending in. And I think it looks pretty cool. So I finally got more red sand, crafted it into sandstone or whatever it is you do. I did not have much red sand before that. I'm still working on this area. I don't really know what to do here still. I think this is the same as it was last stream, probably. I'm at a little bit of a creative block with what to do with this section, but we'll figure it out some other time, because today we have far more pressing things to deal with. Specifically, I just cannot wait to get in there and start messing around with the copper golem, because I know that everything is subject to change when it's in a preview, obviously, and that's fine. That's to be expected, but I just want to mess around because I feel like it's going to be a game changer, and we'll see. We'll see exactly what it's capable of. But yeah, that's this area. Not too much to report here. The one big thing was that obviously last stream we got the Happy Ghast, which was so exciting to finally be able to fly around this place. We got a Happy Ghast, we put it here, and it turns out that Happy Ghasts are a little buggy currently in Bedrock, and maybe they're going to fix that in the next update, but right now it was lagging me out like crazy. I tried to AFK here, just with a moss farm on and the gold farm on, and then, like, you know, cactus is passive, gold is more or less, or iron is more or less passive as well. So I was standing here trying to AFK, and my game kept crashing. Like the frames were insane. The like server tick or whatever it's called in Bedrock was extremely low. Turns out, I think it was because of the Happy Ghast that I had parked right outside the door here. Hello, sheep and llama. I mean alpaca. What's up? So I moved it, and we could take a look at where I moved it to. That's probably as good a place as any to get started, because you'll see, there it is. There's my guy. Little Happy Ghast right there. I've been wanting to turn this platform into a little bit of like an airship dock, or like a, you know, Zeppelin or like hot air balloon dock, because I have the big hot air balloon up there, which is the creeper farm, kind of inspired by Fire Nation airships and Avatar: The Last Airbender. And we've got this crane here, which has some, you know, some stuff on it, but we've also got kind of a like hot air balloon in the making, kind of being constructed maybe or repaired or something. So I've always had this ambition to put more hot air balloons around here, maybe launching, seriously, every single time. Whenever I don't sleep before a stream, it snows or rains immediately. Drives me crazy. Apparently you can put in a minecart that gets rid of the lag. Yeah, you just have to make a minecart unloader so you can get the gas out. And that is exactly what I have done here. I'm annoyed that it's raining, but it's fine. I'm not going to be able to sleep for a while, so we're just going to push through. But here it is. Yeah, here's my gas now. I put them on just this like tiny makeshift little system. Probably very similar to the system that you saw. Hey, thanks for the follow. So, yeah, here it is. Here's the Happy Ghast. And in theory, I can push him this way. There he goes, and that'll go over there. And then I can get on him like this, and there we go. Look at that. Beautiful. If it wasn't snowing, it would be way more visually pleasing at the moment. But we can leave him for now. I don't think there's anything we really need to see with the Ghast. I feel like I'm back in the minecart. Oh no. Okay. I just don't know how to steer this thing. Okay, he's just very slow. Yeah, so we're going to be heading around and looking at some things. Let's get in here. Let's get the Happy Ghast back in his little minecart there. Perfect, beautiful, lovely. I wish it were nighttime so I could sleep the rain away, but we'll get there. So yeah, this is putting the Happy Ghast in the minecart has helped a lot with the lag issue. I haven't experienced it since I put him up there. And I think it works for him to be up here. You know, I can come out here from this... Oh! Falling all the way down. This is kind of one of the main entrances to the castle base area. I'm falling all over the place. But when you go up here, this has like one of the more, I guess, main entrances or exits out to the industrial area. And I think like heading down here to go get on the gas is not that bad of a lore place to have him. And I think if I do end up putting more hot air balloons and stuff around here, the kind of living embodiment of a hot air balloon is a pretty good person to have here as well. And I think with the red harness, it kind of fits with the red wool vibe that I've been going for with these hot air balloon things. So yeah, I think it works all right. The stream is going great. Thank you for asking. Oh, welcome. Wow, we got people watching on Twitch today. That is not common. Okay, cool. So that's that from last stream. The other thing that I want to talk about is the spider cave. So we've been continuing to make progress on this project, which is kind of our long going. This is the big project. Yes, this is a, did you build all that on survival? Yeah, this is a vanilla survival Bedrock edition realm. And this is the spider cave, or at least what will become the spider cave eventually. It's a work in progress. This is a big area that I dug out, and I built this rough scaffold of a path years ago, but we're working on finally making it a reality now. And so I've done a couple things here. Thank you. Appreciate it. The main thing that we've been working on, or that we were doing last stream, was this hole here. So we can take a look at this. This is, I can't see chat. Yes. This is kind of, so this project, I guess, wow, we got some new viewers in here right now. We'll take a look at what this project is going to be. So basically, this area is going to be a spooky, scary, spidery cave. And you're going to come in here and walk all along this path, which will be a tunnel, a dirt tunnel, kind of cave vibes. You'll get to here, a little camp. You can set your spawn right there. And then, let me dump some of this stuff just to make it a bit faster. And then from there, you'll keep heading around. Where else are you streaming? I stream on YouTube and Twitch simultaneously. I've never had any chatters on Twitch before, so this is kind of surprising. But thank you for joining. I appreciate it. So you head along here. You'll basically go around. There'll be lots of little spidery details along the way. This is a huge project that's going to take a lot of effort and time to make it all happen, but we'll get there eventually in time. And eventually you get to here. The whole time you're walking around this area, this spider spawner right here will be spawning spiders and dropping them into that big chamber at the end. And so you get to here. This will be like an abandoned camp with some, perished adventurers or what have you. And you keep going. Finally, you'll get around to about here, and you'll be able to see the giant spider, which is going to be right there. We're working on it. I'll show that in a second. I've been just starting to tinker around with the design for this in creative, which I'm excited to show off. There's still a ton of work to do, but we'll get there eventually. So then you come around here, you'll be in this giant cavern. Oh, I fell down, of course, and I didn't bring my rockets. I didn't even know you stream on Twitch. Yeah, it's, to be honest, I kind of, I've been considering just switching to YouTube only because I've literally never gotten any, barely ever gotten any viewers or commenters on Twitch. So apologies. This is the first time that we have people watching on both. This is the peril of simulcasting or whatever they call it. But anyway, once you get down here, we'll have a bunch of spiders, that'll all have spawned from the thing up here. You'll be fighting them. This is kind of a makeshift spider farm. There's like a button that I can push to have water come out of here and push all the spiders into a trident killer in the middle. So that's kind of the function of this area in theory, but realistically, I have so much string. I'm not ever going to really need to use this as a farm. It's more of just a fun adventure. But then you get here, and again, this is where a giant creepy cave spider will be. It's going to be so scary. And then you come along here, and this is what I've done a little bit more work on between streams. You can see we've started to get a little bit of some details in here with the tuff and the deep slate. And basically you'll drop down here and hopefully that thing is enabled. So let's check it out. Jump down here. Hey, thanks for joining. So you jump down here and now I'm stuck in a web. Oh no, I've fallen into the spider hole. I'm stuck in a web. And hopefully this should allow, I'm close enough to that spawner that we should start to get some spiders spawning and falling down there. And what happens is there's this mechanism that we built on stream, and you can kind of see it. It just happened. We actually have a calibrated skulk sensor back here that's attuned to the frequency of mob spawning. And so whenever a mob spawns, for instance, these spiders, we've got a little dispenser down there that's splashing them with the new weaving potion. Relatively new. So there they go. They all got splashed. And that means when I eventually fall down into this spider hellhole, whenever I start killing these spiders, they're just going to get me more and more trapped and caught up in these webs. And so if I fall down, oh, here they are. Oh no, we got to get them. Oh, I'm stuck in webs. See, I attack them, but they webbed me up. Oh no. What do I do? What do I do? They're going to get me. And eventually, inevitably, probably, they will kill you down here. You can also bring shears and start and get the webs as much as you need, right? Oh, alas, I've perished in the spider hole. What a shame. Truly, what a shame. But everything is okay because this entire floor is mud and or path blocks. We've got a full array of hoppers underneath. As you can see, all those items just vanished. And so when I respawn up here, our items are coming right back up and landing right back in this barrel where we left our stuff. So everything is just fine. That's so cool. Thank you. I think so too. So that's like a little cobweb farm, but it's like a cobweb farm that's also an adventure, which is the way I like to make farms. I like them to be fun little experiences in addition to productive enough for my needs, at least, is the goal. So we can grab all our stuff. We can get ourselves situated again. All is well. And that's that. Yeah, totally fine with dying in there. All my stuff will just come back. And it'll all be fine. I'll be fine. So yeah, that's the spider cave. So yeah, I did a little bit of progress. As you saw down there, there's some detail, there's some texture. I'm working slowly on a video about the whole creation of the spider cave and all of that. So it's going to take a long time because there's still clearly so much to do. But stay tuned for that. I walked, I did some recording off of stream and showcased a little bit more of what I did down there and stuff. So get excited. Eventually that'll come out and I will promote it relentlessly and incessantly. So don't worry about that. So the other thing I guess that we should look at while we're here is the progress on the design of the giant spider itself. So if you don't mind following me into my close-up cam for just a moment as I switch over to a creative copy of the realm that I have named Spider Design Land, we can check this out. And look at that. Here we go. So you can imagine, right, you come down here and like I said, this is kind of the first vantage point where I'm imagining this is more of a tunnel, but once you come out here, it'll start to be a cave and you'll start to see this. And so there is my very rough draft. Don't judge me too harshly. There's a lot to be done still here, but I've been experimenting a little bit with what it could take to make a giant creepy spider thing in here. Apologies if you have a phobia of spiders. I do too, so I get it. But hopefully, at least at this point in rough draft form, this thing isn't too realistic that it's scary. But so I put these little soul torches just for spots, vantage points that I think are going to be kind of important. So this first one, when you come around here, should look cool from here. Should look cool from down here as you keep coming down. Obviously needs to look cool from here when you start to walk across. And then as you're walking underneath it and stuff, that should also feel kind of cool and terrifying. So super rough, super rough. I was looking at a bunch of reference images, which I hated doing because I don't like looking at spiders. But yeah, so basically, you know, I think some angles will look better than others. I'll have to fix up these legs. I think they need more width, but I was really just trying to work on like leg shape and like general torso shape. This is, like I said, super rough, but basically, you know, I think it needs to look good from this angle, which is kind of tough. You know, that doing it on the diagonal is a little bit tricky. I had a kind of first, even earlier draft that was just very basic and conceptual in a different creative world, in my creative sandbox world. And that one I was doing straight on instead of at the diagonal. And it was, I feel like it was a little bit easier. So this is going to be a challenge. Good idea for the fangs. Thanks. Yeah, I think the pointed dripstone works pretty well as fangs. In theory, I could even make them longer, but I think actually, no, I think shorter is better probably. And then this thing, I don't know, the little like spider things, the little spider things, you know, I don't know what those are called, but that's what these are supposed to be. I don't know if it works perfectly. And I feel like the face shape is still a little derpy. So I don't know. I'll have to keep playing around with this. This is going to be something that I'm tinkering away with just off camera probably for a long time until it feels right. I do like the eyes. I think the record discs as eyes works. The red ones are kind of cool, maybe. And then, yeah, I don't know, some kind of Black Widow type hourglass thing up here, you know, something like that. Not entirely sure what to do. Still playing around with it. The legs obviously are very difficult. I think this front leg looks pretty good, actually. Like as far as, you know, this scale, I think you clearly get the 3 segments of the leg, which is what I was going for. Because if you actually look at pictures of spiders, which again, I did not enjoy doing very much, but I was learning from it. And they do kind of have, I mean, obviously they have 8 legs, so 4 on either side. And I still have to do these ones, obviously. But like their legs are in these 3 segments kind of. And this one is kind of the thickest, it seems, or at least these 2 are kind of thicker. And then this one comes down to a point. And so I've been doing this trick with glass panes to try and get like a little bit of width and texture out of the walls, which I think works mostly. But I think like it's going to be a balancing act of like which glass actually looks best. Like maybe, you know, maybe dark gray actually looks better if it's in front of the leg, but like the light gray looks better when there's a wall in the background, right? Like I think there's going to be a lot of trial and error trying to get this right. And I think actually that looks probably worse. Whereas like if there's a wall right in front of the spider, I think this is black just to connect these bits a little bit. So it's tough. It's tough to try and get the right shapes. So it's going to take a lot of time. I think this leg looks pretty good. I think these ones do not look great at all. I think part of it is that I need to dig out this area even a little bit more, just provide a bit more depth for the legs to be sticking out really far into the distance kind of thing. Because yeah, right now we got one giant leg and then these little thin, dinky things. I thought the carpet might be okay. Ultimately, it's way too thin. You know, from here especially, it's like, it doesn't look right. But we'll keep working on it. And I'm confident that we'll get to something that looks pretty good eventually. So that, yeah, that's that. This is the creative copy. Still have a lot to do, obviously. But once it's done, we'll copy it in here, copy it in manually. I'll rebuild it in the actual survival realm. And then it'll be there. And then from there, we can start actually designing this large chamber and stuff. I think doing the spider first probably makes sense. And we'll just keep chipping away. We'll keep chipping away at this project. So we'll switch back to the realm for a little bit longer before we head over to the preview and start playing with the copper golem. Because that is, again, like that's the thing that I'm really most excited about. Stay hydrated, folks. Any minute now. All right. Here we are back in the real realm, the real world. We're right under the castle, so it's going to take a second for everything to load in. So just bear with me. But yeah, that's kind of the main concept for here. There's a couple other things in here that I think will be interesting that I haven't really showed off on stream. One of the things that I haven't showed off yet is that this little cave right here, there's potentially, I'll have to be careful because if I want to make sure that there's nowhere that you go that's so far away that all the spiders in there will like despawn, but potentially having a little secret cavern that goes off this way and then leads to here, because this just kind of perfectly worked out that from this branch of this spider cave area, you can actually see our secret riches hoard. I don't know what you want to call it. Our like dungeon where we have all of our gold, and then our secret underground prison cell. So that's pretty exciting as well. How long have you been on this realm? We are coming up on almost exactly 6 years. I started this realm in, I think, September of 2019. So pretty long time. And then, yeah, the other thing in here is that this exit right here, potentially the Wimp exit, leads back into the main base. The other thing that I realized when we were on stream before that was causing me some grief was that when you're in this hole fighting all the spiders and stuff down there, we still have all the beacon effects from the main base: speed, strength, regeneration, resistance, which is a little bit unfortunate because I don't really want, regeneration, strength, resistance, like speed, whatever. I think it's, not great, but really regeneration and resistance are not great to have down there when fighting all those spiders and stuff, because it kind of takes away from that experience. So the problem is those beacon effects are coming from the main beacons in the main base underneath the castle, which are right here. And so I was like, oh no, there's really nothing I can do about this. I can't move these. The whole base is centered on these 4 beacons, basically. And then like, I obviously can't move the spider hole with the cave spider spawner in it because that's built around a cave spider spawner, right? So I was like, what do I do? Well, I came up with a hacky solution, which is just, I built a little mechanism down here. This is the area that I call the barracks. It's just a little bit of a bunk bed place. But the main feature here has been my kind of break glass in case of emergency restock shulker box for whenever I die and lose all my stuff and need a quick restock. I've got that behind that glass there. But I went ahead and added another thing here, which is now down here, I can come and push this button to turn off the beacon effects entirely. So this was kind of the best I could think of. It's not like automatic, it's not going to happen automatically when I go into the spider cave, for instance, but it is something that's possible at least now. So I just need to remember, like, if I ever want to go have the spider experience, I can just first pop by here, turn off the beacon effects, and then go do it. And then when I'm done, I can come back and there's a button on the other side to turn them back on. And this is pretty straightforward little thing. Basically just, I've got solid blocks and glass panes that I'm alternating in and out of the way, kind of piston feed tape style. And I just have a very simple little double piston extender set up here, right? This is the classic with 2 sticky pistons going this way, 1 normal piston on top, is an observer that points into that. And that way, when you push the button, the observer causes the piston at the end to pulse out again, and you get kind of a pushing only double piston extender, which is pretty simple. So yeah, that's that. The other thing that we can look at while we're here, which I haven't really looked at on stream, I don't think, is this map. It's like a work in progress. Clearly I haven't done all the edges yet. But yeah, this is it. This is the the realm. We've got spawn here where you first arrive. You walk over here to the fork in the road. Check out the castle tour video if you want to see this all up close and personal. You could head over here to the world gate, which is the big nether portal, or the trade route that leads to the industrial area of the castle. Or you could head this way into the spooky village and past the church, the abandoned church, and then in through that way and so on. Now, there's one thing here that if you watch the shorts or have seen the streams, you're probably familiar with, but that silhouette right there, that top-down profile has been pretty iconic for a long time. Hello. Pretty iconic in this world for quite a while, but I have to confess something. I did it. I took him down. I finally took the SpongeBob down. There has been a SpongeBob looming over us right there in the distance for a very long time. And don't worry, I recorded a time lapse of it. You'll see it in a video probably pretty soon. But yeah, the SpongeBob is finally gone. He was over here this whole time. The giant SpongeBob that you used to not be able to see from the castle, but then they increased the render distance on realms and then you could see him, and he completely ruined the vibe for a very long time. But that SpongeBob has been a fixture of the world for quite a while, and it was time. But don't be too sad about it, because I may have some SpongeBob related tricks up my sleeve yet. Yeah, what year? That's a good question. RIP SpongeBob 20 something. I built that SpongeBob. I built SpongeBob in a haze, a fog of boredom and ennui in COVID lockdown, I think, randomly one night. And it has been a source of lots of laughs and a source of some jump scares, both for myself and my other friend who occasionally pops into this world. And it had a storied history, a storied place in this realm, but it was time. And really the main reason that I did this was because the SpongeBob hanging out right there for so long kind of discouraged me from actually finishing, like, spookifying this village. And so now I'm finally going to do it. It's finally time. I, was thinking maybe I would do a little bit of it on stream, but then the Copper Golem announcement came out of nowhere. So that's probably what I'm going to end up mostly doing, is playing with that. But yeah, we've got the SpongeBob out of the way, and now I think it's finally time to kind of tidy up this area, because really, like, this village is like the first thing you see when you arrive at the castle. Like, when you're coming from spawn, you come along here. You should relocate him. Yeah, I think relocation is the correct move for SpongeBob. He's too important to the history of this world to be gone forever. But yeah, no, standing as the first thing I see when I wake up in the morning and step out of my bedroom into the world was not right. But yeah, this village is the first thing that you come across. Oh, hello, friends. Right? This spooky village is the first thing that you come across when you come from spawn, as the castle's looming over it, all that, right? You start to get the fog creeping up and all that. And there was a giant SpongeBob right there, and it was really ruining the vibe. So now that that's gone, it's encouraging me to finish this up. So that's something that I want to think about, and definitely, like, please, suggestions for stuff that I should put in the spooky village area. I guess, oh yeah, this is a creeper explosion. I'll have to fix that. Give me your suggestions for stuff I should put in the spooky village, because it was kind of a crazy village already. Like, it had this giant chasm in the middle of it, and so I filled it with fog, and I think it looks kind of cool, but I kind of want to have the water keep going down, I think. And then I kind of took the houses that were already here in the village that were just like oak, and replaced them with the, like, dark oak, and gave them these, like, kind of heavier, slanty almost witchy kind of roofs, which I think works pretty well. I think the soul lanterns as light around here work pretty well too. But like, yeah, I got to do these ones. I have to. So yeah, I think like maybe we'll even have like a bridge over the fog right here. Because clearly it seems like this village was meant to have a path here. It just didn't. It just spawned with a giant rift through the center of it. So I think it's time to do these buildings, probably even out some of this terrain. A lot of these are just creeper holes probably. And then, yeah, figure out like what it makes sense to keep, what it maybe makes sense to get rid of. Like this house already has a cauldron. Like maybe this could be the witch house or hut or whatever. Build an old dungeon under a church with skeleton in it. I like that idea. There's also this other village back here, which I think still has villagers, which is crazy. This one actually appeared when I did like some chunk pruning after one of the updates. So I don't know what to do with this. Maybe I'll just put a line of trees and separate it out for now. I should probably try to keep those villagers from dying. But that's a problem for another day. And then, yeah, this is, I think right now, the center, really the central focal point of the village right now is this clearly kind of sacrificial pyre, which is really horrifying. I will give you that this is pretty horrifying. There's a wither skeleton skull on a armor stand that I pushed in there. We're pretty much in vanilla, but I do use invisible armor stands, just a resource pack. So you can't do all the fancy armor stand stuff that they do in like Hermitcraft or wherever. But with some creative pistons, pushing them around and stuff and putting them in poses, you can do some cool stuff. So I think that horrifyingly looks like exactly what I was trying to make it look like. I do like the flames around here. And then, yeah, I don't know. I mean, this village is just so strange. The shape of it is so odd. I need to figure out how to make it flow a little bit better. So I think that could be fun. Put some redstone dust around like blood. Yeah, I like that idea. I think I have a little bit of it around here. Yeah, I have maybe just that one piece. Which maybe doesn't make that much sense in like a fire situation, but I think it's okay. And then, yeah, like we've got this house here, which I think works. And then these ones back here, which I transformed them. For some reason, I did these ones, but not these ones. But you can't even really see them. I mean, I guess you can. When you're coming in this way, you can see those houses in the distance, which is probably why I did that. But I think there needs to be a path that leads up this way, around, you know, or up here and then back this way. Something like that. I saw the copper golem video and immediately booted up Minecraft Bedrock, but it wasn't in the experimental options. Please help me. You have to download Minecraft Preview. It's in a different, it's actually a different application that you have to download from the Windows Store. It's called Minecraft Preview. Once you're in there, then it'll be in experimental options in there. So we're gonna pop over into that pretty soon, actually, and start playing around with the copper golem. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I've done between streams that I haven't showed yet, and probably not. I think that's pretty much it. I will take this opportunity, just because I can't help myself, to say one more time, check out the We're Moving to Space video if you haven't seen it, especially if you're new. I'm very proud of it. It's a fun video, I think. It talks about how this base is being, let's say, complemented by a new base that I've built in space. So check that out. Check that out at some point if you get a chance. And stay tuned, because we're gonna do a video. I hope I'm not keep making promises that I can't keep here, but we're gonna do a video about taking the SpongeBob down, redoing this village, which I think will be fun. We're obviously working on the Spider Cave video. That'll come out eventually when the Spider Cave is done, which will probably be a while from now. But I think that should be fun. So stay tuned for those. And yeah, I think that's really all there is to talk about in the realm. We saw the Happy Ghast here chilling. We could fly around a little bit more, but he's so slow that would just take up all our time. So let's jump over to preview. And I'm hoping that I'll do this correctly. Please do let me know if there's like audio or video issues or anything, because I do have to switch over to the Minecraft preview app. So hopefully It's more or less as simple as doing this. Yes? Great. Okay, cool. All right, give me just 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. And this is Minecraft preview. I've already got this world prepped. Hopefully we've got like audio and all that. Great. Okay, seems to be looking good. So yeah, I'm about to create a new world. We're just going to do creative peaceful world. I just want to play around with the golem, the new golem. And again, like disclaimer, major disclaimer. I assume Mojang is going to change a lot of this. Because they just dropped this today, but I just cannot wait to get my hands on it because I feel like this could have huge potential. So yeah, this is it. Once you get in here, go to create a world, go to experiments, and we got drop 3 2025. So that with that on, we should be good. I also just did always day just for fun, and we turned the weather off just so I don't get that unsightly rain, which ruins my the quality of my stream. So yeah, let's do it. Copper Golem Land. I don't need to earn achievements. That's fine. Oh, that reminds me. I forgot about we have our segment to get an achievement. It's okay. It's okay. You know what? We can postpone that segment till next time because this is more important. All right, here we are in an ice spikes biome. Great. Cool. This is fine. It doesn't really matter. It's just kind of funny. Let me make sure my render distance is not obscene. I don't know what's going on with this. I don't know if this is like some bug in the preview. Just make sure we got normal render distance. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay, yeah, so let's try some stuff out here. I just want to start playing around with this thing. I actually don't even know how to craft it. I'm just going to like take some wild guesses. But the first thing that I'm going to do is just put a block below me in the air. So let's just do this. Will this work? Maybe. And we just do like stone. Keep. Great. Okay, perfect. Great. We got a stone in the air. Excellent. This is so exciting. Okay, so all right. Copper. What do you do? I saw them do it in the, oh, look at this. Okay, I don't want to use that. So clearly because we're in creative, we've got a copper golem spawn egg, but that's not what I want to do. I want to craft it the way that it would actually get crafted in the real game. But look at this. We've also got all the copper tools. So if you haven't seen it, Mojang put out a video today that was the announcement of the next 2025 drop. And it's Copper Town. It's Copper Central. We've got the Copper Golem, which we're going to play with in a second, and it's going to be amazing. But also, like, uses for copper. I know. Other than just building. The thing is, like, there's so much copper in caves. And, like, just you come across, when you're playing a new game now, early game, like, you come across so much copper ore, and there's really nothing to do with it. Like, I literally, like, I don't start new worlds very often because generally I'm just playing in the realm that I've been in for a million years. But when I do, like, I've played hardcore worlds with friends and stuff, and I literally just leave the copper because there's nothing to do with it. It's useless. Exactly. Finally, more uses for copper. Yes, exactly. Like, it is so difficult to get iron early game immediately, so difficult. it's difficult, right? Like you have to go looking for it. You have to find it. You can only get a few pieces here and there usually, unless you're lucky and find a vein or some giant cave that's like relatively safe. But you come across copper all the time. I mean, there's copper just like laying on the surface. So to actually be able to craft that into tools that are better than stone, not quite as good as iron, I assume, but that's huge. It's so huge. So that's super exciting. I think like that is just going to make the early game so much better. But oh my gosh, but the golem is going to be just a total game changer. Okay, we need a crafting bench because I want to make sure that I'm doing this all in the correct like vanilla way. So let me see. If I go into survival here, what can I actually craft that's like coppery? So I can craft, obviously there's all this stuff. I guess that's the other thing that I wanted to mention is just copper ore was really valuable when copper was difficult to acquire for building. But since they added trial chambers, you can go to a single trial chamber and get more copper than you will ever need. And you get the full blocks, which you can then craft into these and all that, right? Like it's insane. You even get pre-waxed, both fully not oxidized and fully oxidized blocks just from a trial chamber. It's amazing. I assume it's less protective than gold, but hopefully more durable. I think that's probably right. I don't really know what the stats are on gold stuff, honestly. I never use gold anything. I feel right, like gold is so not durable. The only time I ever use gold anything is if I get it from a drop, and I'll use it till it breaks and then it's over. Or like for decoration. But yeah, so okay, so you can craft a copper chest, and maybe that's how you do it, because the copper golem apparently is going to have huge implications for item tech, I think. But I don't want to get ahead of myself. So I saw them do it in the video. It looked like they maybe made a chest and then put a pumpkin on top, and maybe that's how you make it. So I want to like, oh, I'm in survival. Never mind that. So I just want to make a little like enclosure just so I can, in case one of these guys spawns and tries to go somewhere, I want to make sure that he like can't get anywhere. I feel like the block, there's something weird happening with block placement. I don't know if it's just the preview or if it's my mouse or what. Also, I chose the most invisible type of block to use for this. I was thinking that that would be good because then it wouldn't distract too much from what we're actually focusing on, but it's also impossible to see. All right, so we created a little enclosure here. And now in theory, I think it's, so if I make a chest, a copper chest, and I want to do it the correct way. So if I grab some copper ingots, correct way, of course, meaning like creative cheat everything into my inventory. But let's see, if I go into survival, I can create. Oh, I thought it was, wasn't it just a chest and copper ingots around? Oh, it is. It's not in the crafting book. Weird. It's unusual. Hey, look at that. Oh, now it's here. Okay, yeah, I don't know what's up with that. I haven't haven't started New World since they added the new like unlockable recipe stuff. So there's a copper chest, which is just like a normal chest, but in theory, this is the one that the copper golem will like pull stuff out of. So do I then just put a pumpkin? We're going back to creative. Do I then just put a carved pumpkin on top of it? No. So you grab the copper ingots, but not the copper chest. Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted the experience of crafting a copper chest for the first time, but that clearly didn't work. So what is it? Is it a copper block? Maybe it's just a block and a carved pumpkin? Oh, yes. Oh, wow. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, this is so exciting. So he's going in there. He's like, he's looking for stuff in the chest and he wants to put it somewhere. This is crazy. This is crazy. Okay, I need to do some science. I got to do some science. So if I put a chest here, just a normal old, man, my like reach distance is low. That must be the preview. Yeah, so if I put a normal chest there, and then like, let me just put in a bunch of copper blocks. Okay, he took them out. Okay. So he's taking stuff out 16 at a time. Yeah, he's taking stuff out 16 at a time and going and putting it in a chest. Fascinating. Okay. So now if all right, so he won't mess with anything that's just on the floor, presumably. But if I do like, let's do a bunch of different chests with a bunch of different stuff in them. So if I do like, let's get wool. Right? And if I put some of that in there, some of this in here, some of that there. Right? So the idea is, if I put all this wool in here, will he sort it correctly into those different chests? Oh, he's looking. He's looking for the chest where it belongs. Fascinating. And he found it. So he doesn't just know. He doesn't just go right there. He actually has to go look for the one that he wants to put the stuff in and then put it in. Okay, and so so that he'll put right in there, in theory. Then he grabs more orange and he'll put that right in there as well. And then, okay, if he grabs yellow, will he put it in here? He'll look there, then look here. Put it in there. So every time, so he doesn't remember, it seems, and maybe they'll change or fix this. Like obviously all of this is subject to change, but it seems like right now he's basically looking through the chests in the same way. So he'll look in that one, then this one, then that one. But now, will he come over here and look and find that chest? Yes. Oh, that's so cool. That is so cool. So now, because he's on the floor, he'll probably search the chests in a slightly different way. Yeah. It looks like he kind of looks at the chests that are closest to him first before he moves. What a cute little friend to have around a base. I know. This is amazing. I mean, this is amazing. Like this is an item categorizer. This is like a day one, like a Minecraft day one item categorizer that requires no redstone, no hoppers. This is insane. This is such a game changer. This is such a game changer. I mean, it's a little slow, I guess, but item categorizers are also just slow inherently. And look at that. He's properly sorted all the different types of wool into their different chests. That's crazy. Okay, so if I put some random thing in here, and I guess I'll do like, if I do less than 16, he should take all of that at once, right? Yeah, he takes it all. And then is he just going to put that in the first chest he finds? No, what? Oh, he's looking. Of course, he's looking to make sure that there's no chest that already has copper ingots in it. And then what? He put in the last one he looked at? No. He's not putting it anywhere. Interesting. So, oh, this is unexpected. So he's actually, the big question is what happens when he gets wet. Yeah. What happens if there's no block in the other chest? Or what about non-stackable items? I definitely want to check non-stackable items. That could be... I mean, that could be so crazy. Okay, so he's looking. He's going back and forth looking for anywhere to put this. Oh, that's so interesting. All right, so I'm already thinking storage system brain. You know, if I put a random empty chest over here now, will he's checking all the chests, trying to find one that has copper ingots in it. But if he finds one that's empty, will he put them in there? Yes. Yeah, he does. Okay, huge. Okay, but now if I put a different item in here, he presumably won't... Oh, I guess carved pumpkin is non-stackable, right? Maybe I shouldn't have started with that. Oh no, they're stackable. They're stackable, right? Yeah, they're stackable. Okay, so again, he's looking for a place to put it, and he's not going to find anywhere. He's going to look there. He's going to look over here. Then maybe he'll come back and look over here. So he's just like going on a loop, looking at everything, trying to figure out exactly where it should go. And he couldn't find anywhere. And he can't reach this, right? He can't pathfind to it. So that's fine. But then as soon as I put down another empty chest, it looks like when I put down another empty chest, he starts again. Like suddenly there's a new chest he can pathfind to. And so now he's again looking through all the chests around him. Wow. Okay, this is fascinating. All right. I have an idea. I have an idea for a storage system already. Literally like a day one storage system. This is crazy. I mean, okay, what I want to try now actually is, what does it look like if you put 2 items? So if I do like, let's say we also have white wool in this chest with the red wool, right? So if I do, what about if you already have a stack of that item, will it be placed in a new spot? That's a good question. Yeah, let's try some red wool too. So let's get some more red wool and some white wool. Wait, what's he doing? He's just looking around. He's looking for new stuff to have to deal with. Okay, actually, there's one thing I need to try right now, which is, can I put a new hopper into this? Because if you can actually have a hopper go into this chest, which I assume you'll be able to, this could be huge. So let's try it. So in theory, I'm hoping that he'll take this red wool and white wool and put them both in there. But does this even go in? Yeah, it does. Okay, great. All right, so he's grabbing it out. I don't think he can reach this one, but he might be able to. Okay, he's going to come over here. Come on, try this one. And so there is already a full stack in there. Okay, he does. Wow, it's just, oh my gosh, this is crazy. This is actually insane. It's just an item categorizer. It's just like a day one item categorizer. I can't believe they've done this. I really can't. This is wild. Okay, so will he put the white in here as well? I assume so, once he finds it. Wow. And then, yep, nothing else to grab. He can't reach this one. This is truly insane. Okay. Okay. Let's try something new. Nobody watch. Nobody watch. Nobody listen. Nothing happened. I didn't randomly get some copper in my inventory. Okay, let's try building something. I'm imagining literally like day one item categorizer where this is just so insane. You can literally like, as long as you get some wood to make chests and some like copper to make this guy, you have pretty much everything you need. I mean, even if like what I'm imagining will use like one hopper. So let's try it. So basically, if we have, okay, actually I do want to test and see if he can reach like multiple stacked chests. Do you have a streaming schedule? My streaming schedule is I stream whenever I want to. Maybe someday I'll have more of a schedule. He meant nothing to you. No, he meant everything to me. I'm about to bring him back to life. It'll be the exact same one, I promise. So, I'm imagining we have a little golem back here behind the storage system, right? So like we have, this is our base. I just didn't want him to fall, you know? I didn't want him to fall to his doom. Now, he's fine. He's just in a Pokeball. So like, if this is our base, our very basic storage system. Oh, I'm falling to my doom. Right, here's some chests, and like maybe we could even get fancy with it and say like, you know, we've got the different wool types. We'll keep using wool because I think that is good for demonstrating things. And so like, all right, we'll have white wool here, and we'll just do like white, gray, or white, light gray, gray, black. Let's keep it simple. And then, yeah, brown, red, orange, yellow. Great. Perfect. Perfect thing. So then, as long as we put one piece of each of the actual wool types in the thing, he should know to only put in that item and no other items into that chest. And then I think if we have a little system at the end that's like a overflow thing, right? So let's say we have another chest with a hopper going into it and then another chest on top of that. Now, I think, I'm assuming, or at least I'm hoping, that he'll be able to reach the chest at the top here. Not sure about that. We'll see. But if I lock him in maybe sounds a little bit harsh. If I gently place him into a comfortable yet confined area, we can create one of these guys right here. Like so. Right? Like that. And with one of those pumpkins. Okay, perfect. He's in. And then if I put another copper chest right here like this, will it connect? Yeah, it does. Okay, cool. So, and then if I don't think I want him on here. Great. So now he's there. So the idea is he can reach and grab stuff out of this copper chest. He can hopefully reach these different chests to try and find the thing he's looking for. And I'm hoping that he'll search closest to furthest. So he'll search all of these and work his way over here. And then eventually, if he doesn't find a chest he's looking for, he'll put it in this empty chest. And then because we have a hopper underneath it, it'll pull whatever he puts in right out so that he's able to put more stuff in this chest. Because it seems like he can only put stuff in empty chests, right? And then that'll go in here and that'll kind of be my garbage chest. And so in theory, this is like literally like day one item categorizer with like infinite support for items. This is blowing my, if this works, my mind is so blown, truly so blown. Okay, let's try it. Let me clear my inventory of all this junk and get some wool again. And we're just going to do, we'll just do the colors that I'm using plus lime plus green. So the lime and the green should end up in the trash, right? And then I'm just going to dump out some of this because we don't need it all. I really only want him to do like one trip. The fact that he takes 16 items at a time is crazy. That makes this way more feasible than I feared it might be. Can you use more than one golem? That is such a good question. I don't know. I mean, yeah, we'll have to try that too. Okay, so now if I put all of this stuff in here, in theory, we'll end up with 17 of each type of wool in each of these chests perfectly, and then 16 lime, 16 green in this chest. Let's give it a try. And I'm going to try to do it in like a weird order. Okay. Okay. Do something. Maybe he can't reach it because of this. Okay, he went for it. What did he grab? He grabbed some gray wool, I think. Now, how's he going to search for chests? This is the real question. Is he going to search? Is he going to do anything? Does he not like chests that have other stuff on top of them? He's not doing much. Let's see what happens if we do this. Also, this is probably not as breakable as an item categorizer when you leave the chunk. That is so true. I mean, this seems... Assuming we can get it to work, which I'm thinking we'll be able to somehow. It seems much more reliable than a finicky item categorizer. But you're going to have to do something. Why isn't he doing anything? So he took the 16 gray wool out of there. There's gray wool here. But maybe he can't reach that, and maybe he doesn't... I don't really know what's going on. Let's try breaking all of these chests. Hello? You were working very well before. I wonder if he's like trying to pathfind somewhere that he can't reach. What if I just put a... Wait, are these all trap chests? Did I do all trap chests? I did do trap chests. Maybe it's because I used trap chests. That's probably true. I accidentally used trap chests for all of these. Okay, let's try. Let me push him into this corner rather than put him back in his Pokeball. And let me try again with normal chests. I don't know why I accidentally grabbed trap chests, apparently. I thought I was being very clever before using trap chests for to keep the items from going in, but whatever. All right, so let's try this again. Let me just free him and see what he does. Will he go in those chests now? Yes, okay. So it was because I used trap chests like a fool. Sounds about right. All right, great. Okay, let's cancel this experiment and start him. And why is he going there first? I don't know about that. That seems a little concerning to me. But let's try this again. We're gonna... Our experiment was confounded. Let's just do one layer, keep it simple. We'll try this, right? And so then let's just do like These will be different colors of wool. White, light, gray, black, whatever. Great. One there. Great. One there. Excellent. And excellent. And then nothing in here, nothing in there. These are both normal chests, not trap chests, hopefully. And then, yeah, let's once again try this experiment. If I could spell wool correctly. There's probably like smart ways to use commands to do give or whatever, but I don't care. Okay, so if I open this up, like it would be, presumably, will he be able to do this? Let's see. So I'm going to do something like this, and let's see what he does. Now, I'm already not sure he's able to pull stuff out of this chest if there's a glass block on top. It seems like he doesn't. Unless it's just I was impatient and I didn't wait long enough. But I feel like he's not going to. Yeah, it seems like immediately he's doing something. Yeah, all right. Well, that's not exactly what I had in mind. But I guess it's kind of working. So, okay, we're learning things. And again, maybe Mojang will like fix some of these issues. But it seems like right now he won't open chests that have glass on top of them, which is fine. Mojang should probably fix that. Because it seems like he didn't even want to do chests that had other chests on top of them, and I feel like that's very common. But maybe this is to try and make it more balanced or something, you know, we'll see. So anyway, right now he's just putting all of the items in the trash because he seems to not be able to access these ones. Which is okay. And as long as it takes him long enough to get another batch that he still thinks that this chest is fine because the 16 items have flowed out into here, then like we're good. So let's put him back in his little corner here. And I want to try, I guess I'll just like organize it slightly different so that he can reach it differently. Upside down stairs. Yeah, I'm not super hopeful. I kind of think he's probably just not able to interact with anything. If there's like any block above it, even if it's a transparent block like this. So if I put white wool, we'll just do one in there. Or like he won't grab this. I'm guessing that if I break this block, he's going to grab that white wool out of there, then walk up here and put it in there. Yep. Okay. But we can work with this, I think. We can just change the way that the system works a little bit. Instead of having him go behind the chests, we'll have him go like in front of them, maybe? Or on top of them? Actually, I wonder will he open them if there's a part he can interact with that's not covered, you know? It seems like yes. So like maybe this is the answer. Right? So let's try again with a white wool here. If I put a white wool in here, will he actually put it in there because he can access like this half of it? I feel like he probably will. Oh, where are you going? What are you doing? Why? Put it in there. Oh no. I was away for a sec. Did you try slabs? We tried upside down stairs. He was still not able to open it. it's weird because he's able to open this copper chest just fine, but it seems like he doesn't want to open these ones. And I don't fully understand why. I'm wondering if I get rid of this, will he be able to do it? Like if I do this, will he put it in here? Or was he actually pathfinding over to that other chest for some reason? So he grabs the white wool. And then doesn't do anything with it, unfortunately. So, okay. Maybe he can't open double chests that have something on top of them, which is okay. Let's put him back in his corner for now. I'm trying to think of what the best way to deal with this is. Because, like, maybe, you know, if we can get him to stay walking on top of the chests, then, like, I could do, like, fence gates or fence trapdoors is what they're called. I could do trapdoors like this kind of a thing and have him kind of fenced in that way. And then I assume if I do a wall above this, right, like maybe the trick is to have him just sit on top of the thing. Here, go up there. How do I get him to go up there? Give him a chest to put something in, I guess. Yeah, put that in there. Go put that in there. Great. Good job. Very proud of you. So then can I kind of enclose him in this space? Just on top of the chests? Right? Let's try this. Because now, in theory, he can open all of these chests. I would think. And then if I put a chest like that, that's probably the garbage that he would put stuff in. All right, let's try this. So we've got white wool in this one, gray or light gray in this, gray there, black there, and then nothing here and nothing there. So if I come along and I'm like, I want to sort my stuff, I can put in like some random colors of wool. And will he do it right? Will he put the white in there? No. He's immediately going across to the trash. Why? Does he prioritize? Does he like prefer an empty chest to one that already has the thing in it? Why is he not opening that one? He's putting them all in the trash. He's clearly just going to keep putting them all in there. Which is very strange. What if I stop this one from allowing new items in? Right now it has brown wool in it. So he can't put it in there. But he still does? Oh no, he's trying to. Okay, he wants to search that one first, maybe. But will he search any of the other ones? Why is he not searching any of the other chests? It seems like he doesn't recognize the bottom chest. You're right. I don't know why. He's clearly able to pull stuff out of the copper chest that he's walking on. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's too tall. Right, like, is that it? Will he open the other ones? It seems like he can't recognize them. Maybe if I give him a layer down here to walk on. Right, like it seems a little silly, but maybe if I just give him more space to walk, he'll be able to figure it out. Will he now go down and do something? What's he doing? There's a chest right here that has light gray wool in it, buddy. You could put it right in there. Just start searching any chest. All you gotta do is look. I feel like I'm crazy. I mean, do I need to go back to basics here? Like this was clearly working before, right? All right, let's try again with a simpler. Oh, you think clear the trash chest. You think he's trying to get to this one. It doesn't even have the color wool that he wants though. There's literally no chest that has the color wool he wants except this one. Maybe I broke him. Maybe I broke him. All right, let's we'll just leave you be over there, though I'm not confident that having an extra one over there won't confound the experiment a little bit. So let's again just nothing. Don't look at anything. Everything's fine. He's fine. He's fine. Let's try. I'm sorry about it, okay? I'm sorry. Let's try a fresh golem over here. And I clearly need to go back to basics. Because it seemed like he was able to do it just fine before with chests kind of at any level. So got a normal chest. We'll do the copper thing again. Is it not called a copper block? Block of copper, of course, of course. Okay, and then we'll do wool. We'll get nice colors this time. Red, lime, light blue. So we'll create a guy. There he is. Perfect. Let's make this a little bit taller so he definitely can't get out of here. And then if we put two chests, one that has one red wool in it, one that has nothing, and I put some red wool in here, just one, will he put it in the right chest? Okay, he looked in the right chest first and did it correctly. If I put a lime in here, I assume he'll look in this one again first for whatever reason, and then he'll try to, he won't be able to put it in there because there's red in there already. So then he'll try this one. Okay, great. That worked perfectly. What about double chests? Are double chests fine? If I put a lime in there, will he put it in the double chest correctly? All right, he tries there. He tries here. And he put it in. Perfect. I don't know why this is working, but that wasn't working. I kind of wonder if that one was just like bugged. You know, maybe there's something that can happen to them, or maybe like the chests need to have a block underneath them. Like maybe the floating chests he doesn't like. Because I think I actually did have a floor underneath the copper chest, maybe. Never mind, never mind. Never you mind. It's all good. It's all fine. Everything's perfect. Okay, so let's try this. I'm thinking maybe it was the floor thing. So if I do a block of copper and then a pumpkin, will it join with that chest? I'm curious about that. It does. Interesting. Okay. So now we've got white, light gray, gray, black, and then a bunch of random junk. I don't really want him to put stuff in there. I kind of want him to put stuff in here. So let's see. If I put a white wool in here, will he put it in that first chest? He should. Oh, yeah. That's got to be it. So maybe the chests need to have something underneath them. I wonder if this was my problem all along. Yeah. I think we're probably onto something here. Now it seems like he probably, so I think maybe he actually would be able to deal with this, or is he still going to have trouble if there's glass above it? Let's try that. So let's try putting some more white wool, see what he does. All right, he grabs it out of there, hopefully. Nah, he's not going to do it, is he? Yeah, he doesn't like interacting with a chest that has something on top of it. So as soon as I do that, he'll probably open it. And then I think if I do this, he opens it. And oh, he's actually only 1 block tall, which is interesting. So I could maybe even keep him in a little area like this. Keep him, and by keep him, I mean lovingly shelter him in a perfect, nice little place. Now, will he open this? So, okay, let's try this again. We'll put white wool in here. Hopefully he'll open that, even though it has a block on top of it there. I don't think he's going to. I don't think he likes to open anything if there's anything on top of it. Anywhere. That's fine. That's fine. We'll do this and we'll open it up for him. And he can just hang out here. Maybe this is the solution, you know? Right? Here's our system. Input white wool, light gray, gray, black, trash. If we put some gray in here, will he correctly put it in this chest? Let's see. He'll probably try this one. Yep. Then try this one. Cool. Then try this one. And succeed. Amazing. Okay. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere with this. I feel like it's like more fun to be able to see him, right? You know, you could kind of reach underneath there. So now if I put something in that doesn't have a slot for it, like this red wool, he'll hopefully still try the first chest first. I don't want him to skip that one. Yeah, good. He does. Tries that. Tries this. Tries this. Tries this one. And finding nowhere to put it, puts it in the empty chest. Oh, what? He opened a chest with something on top of it? Now all my assumptions are going out the window. I thought he couldn't do that. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. I definitely didn't think he could reach that one. I guess I forgot that this is here. But that shouldn't matter. But like now he won't put anything else in here, right? If I put light wool in, I assume he'll put it in this one and then it'll drop down. But of course he's going to try each chest along the way. It's like a little slow, but you know. Amazing. And then, yeah, next question is definitely going to be, can you have more of these, more than one of these guys at once? Because if so, this is crazy. Okay, well, he put it in there. Great, he does. Excellent. That goes down. Amazing. This actually works. This is crazy. He's automatically categorizing white wool in here, light gray wool in here, gray wool here, black wool here, and then anything else he puts in here to this empty chest because he can put anything else into an empty chest. And then anything he puts in the empty chest just goes down into like my overflow storage, or, you know, my like overflow chest. This is basically day one categorizer. Now, can you have more of them? I want to try just spawning them in. Like, if I just spawn him in, will he do the same thing, or are they like linked to their own chest somehow? You know, that's my question. Like, will that guy start checking this chest? Yes. Wow, he does. So you could have multiple of these guys. And then if I put in like, oh, this is crazy. If I put in a bunch of black wool, I'll put in more than 16. Because that way we'll get to see them both in action, in theory. Okay, so he picked up 16 of them immediately. So did he. There you go. Oh, oh wait, he's looking at different chests. Oh no. Why are you doing that? What? Oh no, wait, no, never mind. I got confused. Why did it place the item in the bottom chest? Well, I don't know. Like, yeah, I didn't think that they would put them in chests that had other chests on top, but maybe they do. Maybe they actually do. So maybe I can get clever with this. But they just immediately sorted these in here. Okay, let's avert our gaze for a moment and try something else again. I'm sorry. Oh, where did this copper come from? Let's try, because it seemed like he was able to open that chest that only had another chest on top of it. I don't know why. I didn't think that they could, but he clearly did. So I wonder if I can do like another layer of chests somehow. I mean, now I'm just doing the same thing I did before, which didn't work, it seemed, but maybe it didn't work for reasons that I don't fully understand. So let's try something else. All right, we'll do that. We'll do this. Right? We'll just close them in like that. I guess he could still walk out the top of this, but he probably won't. Now, I'm not sure if they'll be able to access these bottom chests. But let's try it. We'll do, yeah, some different colors up here. We'll do like brown and then red, green, sure, why not? Blue, light blue. And then I'll grab like some random orange or something that shouldn't go in anywhere. I want to make sure that they can actually access all of these. And then I'll spawn a few in here. And we'll just see what happens. I'm confused. I'm a little confused for sure. So if we take one of these guys, he should start checking this chest. He wants to be on top of it, which is interesting. But will he be able to pathfind down to one of these? Like if I put gray wool in here, right, what'll he do? Oh, okay. Yeah, he's checking the bottom chest for sure. But now he's going to go up there. And I doubt he'll check the bottom one. I don't think he can reach it. Oh, he can. Oh, this is crazy. So go there, check the one below, and put it there. Wow. Okay. Well, this, I guess, makes things somewhat easier. Because you can actually have 2 layers of chests and they can reach down to both layers. So I don't really need any of this. I don't need the back layer. I could probably also have like, I mean, this could obviously be extended out. This is so crazy. I could have another chest underneath that one, probably. Let's try that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. right? Let's try normal chest here. I'm actually just going to break all of these and rebuild them so that we have, so that I don't have to empty them out manually. Yeah, so let's try like chest. All these chests like this. Then we'll have a hopper. We'll have a hopper going into this one. That'll be our trash chest. And then we'll put a copper chest here, which he can stand on. And I think he'll be able to reach down to that one in theory. I'm trying to figure out like the most minimal version of this idea. And then we can do our different wool colors. So how many blocks do they detect the chest at? I figure it's not much. That's a great question. We can check that out potentially. Like, I'm curious to see how far they'll go from their chest, you know? All right, so in theory, this is trash. This one is also trash. But it's kind of the convenience trash to get stuff in here for when this one has anything in it. And then we'll just do... we'll do white here, light gray, dark gray, black, brown, red, orange. Let's get yellow and do this properly. Yellow and lime. Okay. And then if we can close the guy in, maybe I'll just do some slabs around the top. Keep him from jumping out. Okay. If this is actually possible as like a day one categorizer, this is totally insane. So let's try it. If we put a guy in here, anywhere, in theory, there he is. Now, he should automatically sort wool perfectly into any of these chests, and then any overflow random stuff should go in here. So let me just dump all my nonsense in here. Let me just put everything in. Let's see what happens. I could probably also get 2 of them going. I'm kind of curious to see if it like just works perfectly. Because as long as their chest is over there, I assume they'll start checking these chests first, hopefully. And then always start from checking over there again. That's my hope. If it's possible, if they ever miss any of these, I don't see anybody checking this chest, which makes me a little bit nervous. I wouldn't be surprised if for some reason they can't see this one and like my white wool ends up in the trash. I didn't fall off. Okay, so is anything happening? Okay, we've got red wool going in. It looks like they're looking for the lime spot. Hopefully he'll find it right now. And then put that in there. Amazing. This is pretty crazy. They are kind of colliding with each other. But I think with 2 of them on top of the chest, they can at least like walk past each other. I might have put too much stuff in here. We'll probably never really get through this. Let me whittle it down a little bit just so that we're only dealing with like one grab for each item, you know? Interesting. He went right back there that time. Is that because he remembered where it was? And now if he's holding something new, he has to search all the chests over again. Okay, he's got white. So is he going to check here? Somehow I doubt it. I feel like that place is like out of bounds. I'm expecting the white to end up in here. Blue is in here. Light blue is in here, which is good. That's what I was hoping to see. Yeah, so the white ended up in there, which is kind of what I thought would happen. It seems like they can't reach this one. I didn't fall off again. I need to turn off my little player guy. The paper doll. So stupid. Who uses that? Does anybody use the paper doll? What's the point of that? Oh, wait, he opened that. Interesting. So it seems like they can, but it doesn't seem reliable. They're also definitely walking into each other. And I do kind of wonder if having multiple of them messes up the way that they search through the chests, you know? But as it stands, like, there's no redstone. There's one hopper here, which you do need, I guess, because if they pick up something that doesn't go into any of the other chests, they'll only be able to put that in a chest that's fully empty. And so having a hopper that pulls that out of that chest so that they can put more stuff in the trash later is probably key. But like this system is one copper chest, which you don't even, in theory, you don't even need to craft, right? You can just do a copper block with the pumpkin on it to get one of these guys. I feel like the pumpkin is genuinely going to be the hardest thing to get here. This is crazy. As long as you can get a pumpkin, some wood, and some copper, you can make a categorizer on day one of your Minecraft world. Because you don't even technically need the iron. You could put like a bunch of empty chests at the end or something. I am curious how far they'll go. So yeah, let's try and figure that out. Let's see how far this guy will actually go. I'll put that there so that now this trash is it's going to fill up with something. And let's just see. I mean, this is crazy, but this is how we test, right? So if I extend this line all the way out here, how far will they actually go with these items? And will they cross that? I assume they will cross that. Not that it really matters. Okay, so they threw something in here. A block of copper, which makes sense, probably, because this one had stuff in it because it was locked. Now, the fact that that has gray wool in it is not ideal, because there should be a gray wool place, and it seems like they didn't check that. I think maybe the fact that there's two of them pushing each other around has some effect there. Maybe it would work better with only one of them, honestly. Let's try. Sorry, guys. Let's get another guy. Put him in there. And then, okay, we still got some stuff in here. So in theory, this copper ingot should go into this chest here. Of course, he's going to check a lot of them, including that one, which is interesting. So like, it might be more reliable if you're only using one of them at a time. Or maybe like, if you could somehow keep them separate so that they don't collide with one another, maybe they'd be more reliable. Not confident about that at all. So hopefully he'll go all the way over here. Or to this one. Oh, he's not. He's not doing it. He's not checking over here. He's going, but oh, interesting. Is that because... Let me make sure that's not just because of the shape. Right, like, does he not want to go into that little 1 by whatever area? Let's make it a little bit more uniform just to rule that out. Oh, wait, no, I need to have floors underneath them too, right? That was what we learned. I forgot about that. Okay, yeah, let me add floor. Maybe now that I add floor, he will go and put that in there. All right, he's checking this. All right, so in theory, he should put it in there. Nah, he's not going for it. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. It seems like he's not going for it. Maybe there's some range. Maybe they'll only go so far away. A golem on top. What about having one golem on top and one on the side beside the chests? Yeah, I mean, I feel like that could work, except it seemed like he didn't want to do it from the side. And I don't really know why. Right? What if I create like a second little area like this? Sure, we'll go all the way down. Why not? Right? If we put another golem in the side here, will this give us double speed, or will he just not do anything? I don't know if he can even reach that bottom chest, but let's put in like a bunch of brown wool and see if it all makes it into the brown wool thing. All right, so he grabs some immediately. He's not going for it. I don't know. It seems like they can't grab it from the side. Like if they can't actually pathfind up to being on top of it or something, it's like they won't grab out of it. I don't know. It's odd. Again, something maybe that they'll fix or change before this actually gets into the game. But this guy is diligently sorting all of this brown wool right into here. So this is still very much working. But if I put in something else that they don't know what to deal with or what to do with. Oh, I guess right. It'll go in here. Oh, I'm a fool. Wait, is my whole experiment ruined? Let me see. Let me see. I think I removed this at some point, which meant that this chest was still fair game for a while. So I think I need to try some random items and see what happens. I think the brown wool experiment has been proven by now. But so now, okay, there's copper ingots in here. They're stuck because that hopper's locked. They shouldn't go in there. And I put some random walls in. So hopefully, maybe he will just keep going. I think possibly he was putting stuff in here and I missed that at some point. Yeah, keep going. We want to see that wall get in here. Can't go in there. Can it go in here? Will it put it in there? Yeah, it's very odd. It seems like they don't want to go, they don't want to wander too far from their copper chest, it seems. Or maybe there's like some limit to the number of chests that they will search among, you know? I guess that's worth testing. Like if I clear out these bottom ones and have it just be the top ones, is there a chance that it'll go further? Right, so in theory, it should put the walls in here. Oh, interesting. Okay. Let's get some more random stuff. Let's see how far it's willing to go. Now I'm thinking maybe there's like a specific limit to the number of chests it will search before it gives up. And maybe that number's 8 or something. It would be not be surprising to me if it were 8. You know, 8 is a very Minecrafty number. Okay, so it should put those in there. Great. All right, check that one. We can even, if we want to be fancy about this, we can do it a little bit scientifically. And by scientifically, I mean just fun with comparators. This is stupid. This is not necessary, but it's kind of fun. Right, so we've still got a few more types of walls in there. We do have 8 chests with stuff in them. So there's a part of me that's a little bit unsure if he'll keep going past that 8th chest. But I'd love to be surprised. Okay. Okay. All right. I stand corrected. Let's keep trying different items. Will it go to 9? All right. Check the first one. Check the second one. Check the third. How far will he go? It definitely seems like having them be on top of the chests is the way to go. And it does seem like they can reach both the chest underneath them and one underneath that. I doubt it could reach another one underneath that. I didn't try it, but I would be very surprised. But will it keep going? Yeah, it's still going. And then will it come all the way back for this wall? Yeah, it does. Wow, okay. How far is this going to go? Let's do fences. We'll just do one of each. I don't even know how many more chests I have. It's definitely slow. Obviously, the further out it has to go, the slower it gets, which I guess like in a system like this would be motivation to have like the items that you're going to have the most of be closest to your input chest. Because that way the golem can just like check one chest, see that there's stuff in there, throw it in. Oh, he stopped. Interesting. And now he's confused. And he won't go any further than that, it seems. Now, is that a chest number limit? I mean, that's 10 chests. 10 is a reasonable number. I could see that being what it is. Or it could be like distance from the thing. Like maybe he was standing about 8 blocks away. What if I just push him or pull him further? right? Like, can I just lead him? Come over here. Okay. So if you actually pull him further, he has no problem putting stuff in. But now I'm guessing he can't even see that. Like, there must be some limit, and there must be some range to how far they're able to like wander naturally. And then you could pull them beyond that, which probably isn't worth it, usually. Now, here's a crazy idea. What if you had like... what if the trash chest at the end of one of these lines had a hopper that was going into another copper chest, and then you had another golem in there doing the next batch of sorting? I feel like that's probably the move, right? Let's bring this guy back over here. Come on. Come on, fella. Right? So if for instance, I'm going to do this in a very simplistic way. The comparators are not necessary, by the way. They're just to show what has stuff in it. But so yeah, 10 chests. I mean, I'll just do a simplified version. But let's say we have like another copper chest here, a hopper going in there. Okay, the thing is, you got to keep this guy from looking in there, which I'm not sure exactly how to do, because he'll probably want to go up there. And it seems like you can't put anything on top of the chest or he won't put any stuff in, right? But if we have another copper golem on this side, then maybe the one that's over here will be able to pull stuff out of there. Okay, so he put something in there, but of course this guy just walked across, which I knew was going to happen. Come on, come over here. You stay on your side. How do we stop that? I guess maybe like this, probably. No, don't stop. Stop, stay on your own side. Stay on your own side. I know, it seems like he really wants to pathfind over those chests over there. What if we do this? Now you can't. Will you stay on your own side now? All right, he put something in there. Will this guy pick it up? No, that guy's on a mission. I think he's trying to get back over there. Maybe like if you actually did it at the limit of how far they will search, it would work. But I think right now this guy's trying to get over to that chest there. Also, that guy can definitely reach that. Okay, well, so there's something here, I feel like. Right, like you put stuff in here, one guy sorts it all the way across into another copper chest, and then you have another golem pick that one up, and just like is happening now, he pulls it out and starts trying to sort it into his own stuff. It's actually working. It's actually kind of working. I think, yeah, the problem is you don't want this guy to be putting stuff into a chest and then trying to take it right back out. I don't know. I don't know what will happen there. But that's working. This is cool. This is actually really cool. This is a game changer. I'm excited to see how it develops as they keep messing around with it. I imagine they will take a lot of player feedback. You know, if there's stuff that you've seen happen here that you think is different behavior than it should be, like go into that Mojang feedback site, you know, let them know. I feel like this has the potential to be a totally game-changing feature for early game storage systems, and frankly, like late game too. Like I'm already thinking about how/if, like how can I incorporate this into the spaceship storage system that I have? I don't know. There is one more thing we need to try though, and this is actually very important. I'm sorry again, Don't look over there. Everything's fine. I just want to make sure that there's no confounding variables here. But I need to know. I simply must know if they can handle unstackable items. So let's try that. Let's try unstackable items. If I give this guy a stone sword. No, you know what? Because it's a copper golem, let's do some copper stuff. Let's do a copper sword. And we'll grab a copper pickaxe as well. So if I put a copper sword in here, hopefully he'll just put it in either one of those chests. Doesn't really matter. Okay. Looks like they can pick up unstackable stuff. Fine. And he put it in there. Great. Now, if I put another sword in there, will he put it in there? He did. That's insane. That's insane. I can't believe it. I just built a whole... I spent years building a whole storage system using LAs for unstackable item sorting with note blocks, and I wrote a whole dang spaceship symphony so that I could have a pleasant note block sound, and these guys can just do it instantly. That's insane. Okay, if I put these in here, will he put them in the other chest? I assume he will. All right, check the sword chest. Didn't put it in there. Puts it in there. That is just crazy. Okay, let's try a different type of sword. Let's see if it's like, you know, is it specifically copper swords? Or is it something else? All right, he doesn't want to put that anywhere, which is kind of what I would expect, right? There's nowhere to put it. And then as soon as I put down another chest, hopefully he'll put it in there. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Wow. Wow. Insane. This is such a game changer. This is absolutely gonna revolutionize item storage in this game. Like this is a revolutionary item sorting technology that they've added in an incredibly cute form factor. Thanks to this guy, you're going to be able to get like, you're literally going to be able to get day one item categorizers for all your things, including unstackable items, without needing any redstone, any hoppers really, like maybe one hopper or like a couple of hoppers if you want to extend the length of the thing. But like, this is like that. This is an absolute revolutionary game changer for storage tech in this game. Wow. Thank you so much for joining me. I am very excited and just kind of astounded by what they've done here, honestly. I'm blown away. I'm excited about it. And thank you for joining me while we did some science about these guys. Did some experiments. I'm really excited to see how they evolve as we approach them getting added to the actual game. It's going to be crazy. It really is going to be crazy. That'll be it for me this evening. I hope you've had a lovely Tuesday. I hope you had a good time joining us. First in the Vanilla Survival Bedrock Edition realm, of course, but then in this creative place in Minecraft preview as we played with the new Copper Golem, which they just announced today and is going to be a total game changer. Thank you for joining me. I hope you had fun. I sure did. And I'll see you next time. Oh, and I forgot to turn off my outro, even though I wasn't standing on the right place for the outro video. So you get a little bit of extra time with me as I float away from a place that we were not actually standing on. See you next time. See ya.